Our next guest paid the ultimate price, nearly, after spending years addicted to sunbeds. Anthea Smith had her left ear amputated after developing cancer, melanoma.
It's a very rare complication, but it happens. Far from feeling sorry for herself, Anthea wants to use her story to warn other people about the dangers of sunbeds and what she herself describes as a tanning addiction. And she joins us now alongside Dr Sara. Morning to you both.
Morning.
Congratulations to you for coming out like this, because it's full-on stuff, this. I mean, we've got a picture here of your ear before it was removed. With all the melanomas in.
Yeah.
And that happened quite quickly. I mean, only a short time before that, all you had was what you thought might be a wart.
I was told it was a wart, yeah. It was a small, like, waxy, pearl-sized lump, which I believe is quite typical of squamous cell or basal cell carcinoma.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it had spread to the whole of my ear and
how
to my
quickly did it turn into that? Because that's this sort of huge mass inside your ear.
It had been present for 5 years, so for the 5 years my GP had said it was just a wart, but then in the year it had transferred and ulcerated in the way it had.
Just to bring Sara in here, we'll hear more of your story in just a second, but she saw a GP and they said it was just a wart, and she wasn't referred for ages.
No, that's a really sad story, especially because, you know, you did do the right thing by seeing your doctor. I think it's a signal that anyone that has any changing signs, so if you've got that wart there that seems to be changing, getting bigger, itching, bleeding, any changing signs, you need to keep on going back, getting it checked.
Well, let's talk about what you yourself describe as a sunbed addiction. How long have you been going on sunbeds, and when did you... Maybe you were in denial about it, but when now do you think you became addicted and you couldn't stop going on them?
I think I was addicted probably from the get-go. I started using them at age 14. I had a work experience. I'm a hairdresser and beauty therapist.
Right.
And because it was unpaid employment, the owner of the salon would say, have a treat at 30 minutes on the sunbed. And, yeah, you feel positively glowing.
I know, I remember, yeah.
It is. And then, obviously, I'm in that trade, so every salon I worked in or ran or owned had a sunbed.
So how often, on average, over the distance, how often were you going on a sunbed?
Probably 2, 3, 4 times a week.
And for how long each time?
Back then, you went on for, like, 30 minutes. They weren't as they are now, like 9, 12.
And did you ever have to put any kind of sunscreen product on at all? So you were completely unprotected?
Completely. The only thing you would wear is your...
goggles.
Protected, that was the only thing that people would offer.
But you're very fair-skinned as well, aren't you?
That's it,
which presumably, again, is a warning sign. If you're very fair-skinned or you've got red hair or
green eyes, blue eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you're a mouldy person, freckly person, these are all risks.
In your opinion, are sunbeds more dangerous than sunbathing on the beach?
So I don't think it's a matter of more or less. We know that sunbeds can increase your risk of skin cancer, like melanomas, by 16 to 20%.
Is that because you're using them as well as sunbathing in natural sunlight? So it exposes the amount of radiation that your skin's getting?
So you're doubling the amount that you'd usually have if you would just be going out. That's one thing, but you're going out plus sunbathing, so you're getting the two.
Now, Anthea, you basically, you could have died.
Yeah.
I mean, they fortunately managed to save you after a great deal of radiotherapy and also chemo
surgeries.
And everything. But you lost your ear. You had to. They had to take it out, and they had to take it out quite deeply because of where it had spread.
Yeah.
Would you mind showing us? Is
no,
that
not at all.
too much
You have agreed to do this.
Yes,
We're not springing this on you,
Yeah.
OK, let's have a look.
So we can see.
So they've taken my temporal bone away, which is quite a big part of my skull.
Yeah.
The skin and the tissue there is from my right leg, so they've taken skin and tissue and vesicles from my knee to my right hip. I'm permanently deaf because my whole inner ear and middle ear have gone. I've no sense of taste because all my salivary glands have gone, all my lymph nodes have gone. The radiotherapy has kind of wiped out. I'm totally numb on the left side of my face.
So you've lost your sense of taste, your sense of smell?
What about balance?
My balance is really poor. Like coming into the studio and laughing because it was kind of... I think people will look and think, well, she looks fine. I'm registered disabled.
Well, you do. You look fine.
You're registered disabled?
And I've got a cancer diagnosis, as I say. It's not melanoma, isn't going away. We're hoping, touching whatever, but I'm having regular scans. It could spread to my brain, my liver, my lungs, my spine.
Although we have to say, optimistically, at this stage, it was stage 3 when they got it. That's when it's still on site. Stage 4 is when it does spread.
I was millimetres from that. I was stage 3C. Millimetres from that. So.
What about getting away from the threat to your health in future? What about reconstructive surgery. Could you have a prosthetic ear made?
I have a prosthetic ear, which is stick-on. I can't have the magnetic one because of the risk, because I've had radiotherapy. My skull and my bones and my jaw are very fragile.
So how do you stick it on?
It's a skin-friendly glue, which I wear if I need to wear my glasses. So, because obviously without having a left ear, if I wear glasses now, which I rarely do, I look like a drunk librarian because my glasses are skewy.
We have to read out a Sunbed Association statement. They say the UK in particular has a legit and well-regulated sunbed industry. It's important to differentiate between abuse and use. As an industry body, we've been disseminating information about responsible tanning for 25 years.